Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to game number one between Macro Machines and the Souls in Slowmo. I do have to say I love Macro Machines' new icon, or emblem, or whatever you want to call it. Although actually I like them both. That is awesome. We did go ahead and have Souls in Slowmo won the coin toss, chose for first pick. Map bans are going to be Souls in Slowmo take out Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom. Infernal Shrines and Cursed Hollow are going to be taken out by Macro Machines. And our first game is going to be on Volskaya Foundry, being selected by Macro Machines, because that's what happens when you don't take first pick. Or when you don't get first pick, I guess I should say. Volskaya is an interesting map, a little bit figured out at the high level, but this is Division E, so we see all kinds of crazy things going on in here. This is, as people have mentioned, Macro Machines versus Souls in Slowmo, or if you're going to use their tickers, Mama versus Sis. So, nice little family affair going on. We'll see if youth overcomes experience. So, we should be just about ready to jump into that there draft. I've said before, I should probably at some point actually do a full cast in my hick accent, because I don't know if you all know this, but I did grow up in Oklahoma. I don't really like it. I won't keep it up for very long, but I can do one, and it's authentic. Oh, I spent a lot of years overcoming that and making sure I don't sound like that normally. But now that I've gotten rid of it, I like to pull it out every once in a while and just mess people up. One time, okay, legit, an actual story. One time I transferred to another branch, and for like 2 hours after I got the new branch, I just talked in that accent the entire time. Because I'm a troll. I was like, are we going? Everyone said they were ready, and then we didn't go. I was confused. I was concerned. I was unsure. I'm moving to the middle. Oh, Eric, that's actually like really good to know. Oh, poor Bunker Fun Time. Give their bunker back. I was actually almost on the Bunker Goblins, but then the Bunker Goblins weren't a team, so I didn't join them. That's kind of what happens. Best way to get me not to be on your team is not have a team. I guarantee it's like it has 100% effectiveness rate. So we do have the Asmodan, the Asmodunk, the Asmodoofus. Not going to be in this game because he's a doofus. It's actually interesting. I mean, Asmodan is kind of a little bit more common a ban on Volskaya because his orbs hit almost the entire point, and he can really start chunking people, although it's actually not that scary. Like, you can just back off the point for a second and jump back on. Like, you don't need all 5 people on the point. In fact, normally you shouldn't have that many on it. But, oh well. Like, it's what they chose to do, and it's what we're going to see. We have the Loktosh Garage being taken out. Hello, Malby. I mean, it's not your fault. You had absolutely nothing to do with it. Also, why is your name Zed and then Eric on Twitch? Although I guess it's because you're Eric 2004 forever, or Eric 200 forever. So you're like, no, I can't change it. It's literally my name that I can't change it. Don't question it, Raga. And I'm like, alright, we do have the Zagzagoon being banned out, because of course, no one wants to play with Zagara. And Nemesis is going to take the Vala first thing, foremost. I'm not going to say Vala is overtuned, I'm going to say she's very good, which is almost the same thing. Who is messaging me right now? No one that I care about? Oh, Burn? Someone's going to like be watching this and be like, oh crap, I did not realize. Totally just burned them. We do have Altheon taking that Brightwing. I should probably be paying attention to the draft and not paying attention to my Discord. I'm just a bad caster. And Rotson does go ahead and get into that Stotches. We also have Toxic Core going ahead, and so many people are in this game and not in my drop down. We're not in the top 5 of their group. Oh, Toxic Core must be the sub. Okay. Captain Blazomatic, and then also Lone Wolf going to get in the Diva. Me having to change names is messing everything up. We do have the Stook being taken out. I do absolutely adore Stukov, and oh, okay, actually the Gazlo is a very, very, very sensible band. The Gravo is, whenever you have to stand in a small location, the Gravo just destroyinates you. Because, oh, Frizzok, and I do really, really like, that's one thing I kind of worried about. I was like, why are you taking D.Va so early? It just leaves them up to counterpick, and D.Va is definitely a character that can be counterpicked. Sonya does very, very well into her. I hate D.Va into Sonya a lot. And then Frizzok is going to go ahead and be on that Zul'jin. Still leaving them room to get a Cassia in order to blind them, which is a little bit scary. But no, they're not interested in actually counting the Zul'jin. They're just going to have to not actually stand in the area. So Dauntress is going to go ahead and be in the Junkrat. And then Minius is in that Lily. Oh, I love Arcane. I forgot about Arcane's Kira. They should have banned that. Arcane is terrifying on Kira. I had to like scout out Macro Machines last season, and they're definitely kind of still the same team. So it definitely still is. I'm just like, oh, I remember this, but I want to see you in the game, and we're going to find out what happens. No one got Stuki's banned. Wow, pay attention, Melby. What the heck? That awkward moment where people take longer to load than the intro video, which also might be slightly my fault because my computer is not the best. But you know what? It gets the job done. It doesn't look like they were waiting on me. In fact, it looks like I loaded before some of the players. Go me. So coming in on the blue side of the equation, representing the macro machines, the mercenaries of mayhem, the ascendants of annihilation. I should really think of these ahead of time. We do have Ratson coming on that Stitches. Morvan is playing the Sonya. Frizzok is on the Zul'jin. Arcane 13th is on Kira. And Altheon is going to go ahead and be on that Brightwing. On the other side, Souls and Slowmo. The Soldiers of Slaughter. The Mercenary... No, I can't use M. The Legionnaires of Liquidation. It sounds like they're selling stuff. We do go ahead and have Dauntress playing that Junkrat. We have Nemesis playing Vala. Toxic Core is playing the Blaze. Mimius is on the Lily, and then Lone Wolf is coming in on that D.Va. Zoom out slightly. Let's be able to see. And wow, look at all this questing going on. We do have Stitches getting hungry for more, and Headhunter from the Zul'jin. Then Kira does go Fatal Wounds. So just, we're gonna have like Ding Ting coming out of the blue. Bottom lane has started with the Morvan versus Lone Wolf. Did go ahead and go Furious Blow in order to just do extra damage and just, oh, slightly, I don't know if that was intentional or not. I always really like to put pressure on the D.Va early on. D.Va did go ahead and go for Full Metal. This is the talent I see most D.Vas go for, but I don't actually like it when you're not double soaking. I actually think you get more value out of the, like, increased healing from healing fountains. Everyone is moving up here. Rotson possibly looking for a hook, but no. It's so weird for me to see a Kira that's not offlaning. Looks like D.Va has moved up here to go ahead and pick up this mercenary. Meanwhile, Dauntress comes in here. I do like this rotation because, yeah, D.Va's just going to struggle into Sonya the entire game. Sonya has a very, very, very reliable form of healing. Great move by Dauntress there, knocking the Sonya out when she tries to roll in, saying, no healing for you. Not allowed. Lone Wolf still working on this? Meanwhile, it does look like the paper airplane campus, Barhawk would call it, is going to be picked up by Frizzok and Altheon. Mimi's gonna go up here and be like, I'm gonna do this all by myself! I'm Battle Lily. Thankfully, Dauntress does come up and say, no, 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 that's a bad idea, no Battle Lily. Marvane actually really respecting this diva. Not to say that's wrong, like, I haven't, but when I'm Sonya, I don't respect the diva at all. Granted, I also like feed. Speaking of feeding, we do have Vala dying in the top lane. I don't actually know what happened. That might not have been a feed. I probably shouldn't say things like that because it's mean. But we know the paper airplane's moving in. Brzank is going ahead and looking for Headhunter. Currently, obviously, has only one stack because there's only been one kill. There is possibly the second kill. Toxic Core taking a lot of damage. Does look like they'll be able to get out of there. Fantastic move by Dauntress in order to knock everyone back right as the collapse was happening. Middle terminal is online. Currently no one is there. People are still trying to push in these camps. It does look like the paper airplanes for the side of back row machines have fallen. They are staying up here for just a second in order to take out these opposing machines. Meanwhile, their opponents have moved down to occupy the Volskaya position. Junkrat's so happy. Alright, Nemesis gets pulled in, Polymorph, but does manage to go to roll away before the Polymorph lands, which is crucial. A lot of damage going into Arcane 13th. Kira has to fall back, does not get the teleport. I'm surprised you mounted up that, like, still exposed when you were that low on health, but you know what? More power to you. Would you go ahead and have Souls and Slowmo occupying this position? Oh, there is the pull onto D.Va, and D.Va is going to be de-necked before she can pop her load. Yeah, I said that because I didn't want to say blow your load, but it still sounded pretty bad. So, might not have been what I should have gone for. Alright, we do have an immediate double kill on both tanks. A lot of damage going into Morvan right now, but we do have a kill onto Vala as well. D.Va is running around. It looks like Zul'jin is hungry for this kill. Is going to back off. It did go ahead and stop the progress at 99%. We do go ahead and have progress being made for Micro Machines. Now keep in mind, this is not like Braxis, so the progress does not matter. It's all or nothing. Only one team will have the Protector. Very Russian Protector, because it is, like, it's called Protector. 5 of its 6 abilities are offensive. I do like the decision, like, let's just clear out this turret. I'm actually surprised they committed the turret as early as they did. Kira going ahead and jumping around. Unstoppable does come out in order to basically knock Kira off, which is very, very, very smart. I remember I did that a lot with Dahaka whenever Kiras would try and be mean to me. Nice engagement. Very, very, very low health bars all around. We do go ahead and have the panda is downed. Morvan running in does get stunned out of that whirlwind and it's going to be taken out, but D.Va gets demeched one more time. Still does not pop her load. Still didn't sound as good. But it does look like we are going to have this Protector. Maybe, I don't know. Lone Wolf is getting taken out. Is Kira just going to 1v everyone? It's like, I don't even care. Yep, Kira stands triumphant. I actually completely thought Souls and Slowmo had that, and then Kira's just like casual executions. I love it. I'm actually really happy with that. I love executions. I'm saying a lot of things just sound bad when I listen to them out of context. Oh, interesting. They are falling back, actually. They don't have the rest of their team. They realize they're taking a lot of damage, but that means they have not actually gotten the Moonwell yet. Not sure. I probably would have inted just to get the Moonwell. I mean, all you have to do is like jump on it once and it dies. Ratson in the middle. Did go for a pull. I'm not 100% sure why, because there was no one there to do a follow-up. So it's like, even, it feels like that's just like pissing away mana, because if you miss, then you get nothing, and if you hit, you still kind of get nothing. I need to rewatch this replay and just see what the Diva's done, because it's very unusual to me to see a Diva schooling a Sonya this hard. I'm watching the minimap to see who I can look at. I mean, that's part of it. We do have the ults out. We do go ahead and have Riptire, Combustion, Jug of a Thousand Cups, Rain of Vengeance, and those micro missiles we just saw. Look on the other side, we do have Gorge, Tuzdingo, Blink Heal. The Gorge is probably why they went for that pull. Blink Heal, Unrelenting Strikes, and the Leap. Unrelenting Strikes is interesting, not what we usually see. I'm also interested on that Leap. I mean, I guess you can get on the backline and just go on top of Vala, Junkrat, or Lily. So it makes sense, because they do have a lot of very, very squishy backline. And be able to just be like, hey, yo! Arcane is, it's actually funny, in draft I was like, they should have not let Arcane get Kira. I remember the horror stories about Kira on Arcane. Arcane was one of 2 people in Division E that played Kira. So we have them moving it. So they're going to go in and pick up a heal camp. This will be the only camp left in the map. Toxic Core is nearby, but won't be able to pick that up. Oh, well, welcome to the stream. My name's Raka, a member of Yavapai that could be here. But more importantly, because I remember you, I was also on Car Crash Sounds last season. So we have met, sir. Or ma'am, I don't actually know. Anyone can juke. Man, poor Rotten. Rotten keeps going for these pulls and keeps not finding success. And that's got to be a little bit frustrating. We do go and have the control point up top that's going to be coming online in just a second. Healing Beacon and turret on one side. Only a turret, I think. Alright, no one's currently standing on the point. We do go ahead and have... Oh! I did not see that was happening. Completely missed that. Well, I appreciate being in the stream in order to cheer on your allies. Allies are having a little bit of problem, although not... I say that, actually, not really. Kira has managed to, like, save them from the brink. Yeah, it's Raga now. There's actually a really good reason I don't go by that name, so please keep that in mind. Not mad, but just be aware. It's literally in the corner. Oh my god. It does look like we're going to have Dauntress go ahead and pick up this. He's going to pick up this, except he's not? Okay, just like the ball is coming down, I'm like, someone didn't think this all the way. My answer is yes. I mean, granted, whenever I scouted out your team, Kira ban was one of the big things I said. I definitely suggest, I think we banned out Kira when we played. I don't remember at this point. It's been a while. We definitely have a Kira. I was going to say, everyone's just like, kill the Kira? Focus on the Kira? Start with the Kira? Get this Kira out of my game? Oh my gosh, but they actually get the Protector? That is kind of hilarious. Also kind of hilarious. Diva? Diva, this is no fun pants for you? So that worked out extremely well for Souls and Slowmo. They lost a Protector, but it literally got no value. I bet you didn't expect the Protector to be destroyed like that. Oh no, again, it is not a problem at all lost. You have no real way of knowing. That's kind of why I correct people when it happens. Without going too deep into it, there is a situation with someone that I know in real life that would absolutely harass the crap out of me if they found me online, and they have enough information to find me on the old name, so I'm not on the old name anymore. Their chances of randomly coming to this stream are basically 0, but I still like am very much like, yeah, please don't use that name whenever someone does in a public space, because I don't need it used. But yeah, getting back onto the point of it, it's frustrating. It's one of those things I started fixing out. I'm like, I should be casting the game. Let me not be a bad caster. This is exactly why I get in trouble. I don't actually get in trouble. Down more vein, moving up here and going ahead and getting the paper airplane camp. It does look like we've currently... I hate this bug. Okay, for those of you that don't know, there's actually a bug in Heroes of the Storm that if the mercenary camp is actually killed without any of the heroes being around, so basically out of finger quotes vision, it just kind of shows the little dots that show approaching mercenaries forever until the camp respawns. So in 2 seconds, this little trail of dots will go away. Or not. Actually, apparently that's not how it works. Go me. Morvain? I like the gumption, but there's nobody nearby. Alright, everyone is moving in. It does look like we have... Okay, at the very least, it will be replaced whenever these get picked up. They're going to come up here and clear this out. Say, let's get this out of the way. Let's give our paper airplanes a chance. Do not have them run into this freaking like majestic army of doom. We can give them a solid. A little bit weird use of our Rain of Vengeance. Granted, Rain of Vengeance has a very, very low cooldown. But still, I don't think it's really a clear tool. This is more I'm used to seeing, a full health Sonya, just like abusing a, because obviously you can blow the mech, and have we actually seen the mech explode? I think I saw it once. Oh, dang. Once again, what I'm noticing is that, Macro Machines wins whenever Kira can stay alive, and it looks like Souls and Slowmo have figured that out, because they just keep popping the Kira first thing. You know, there is a fight going on down here. Now, Morvan needs to be a little bit careful. Will be in a lot of difficulty because the rest of the team is coming down. It does look like they realized this. Does go back under the... ends up, yes, actually leaping to safety, but it looks like Rotson does go ahead and get himself a Vala. Says, hey, everyone, look what I got. Aww! It's just like whenever you get a new pet and you're like, I want to show everyone, and then the goldfish dies, because that's what goldfish do. Basically, I just called Vala a goldfish. Alright, this is being picked back up. We did get 25% completion over on the side of Souls and Slowmo, but just like Macro Machines is knocking on the door of another protector. Hopefully they can actually use this one. Level 20s are online. They are going to go and take Hungry Stitches, Amani Resistance, Fairy Protector, Silent Killer, and Ignore Pain. Interesting, not what I usually see. Oh, okay. That one I do, yeah, that's one of the, that's one of the Playmaker abilities, where you're just like, yeah, this is one of those things that if I use my ult well, I can just keep using it forever and just wipe the entire team, because Kira's already basically wiped the entire team once. Okay, it was 2 people, but that was the entire team that was alive. Still counts. They did go out to try and get some value, but I think they overcommitted to trying to get value. If I were them, I would have come in behind and tried to like take on the team. They're kind of moving in a bunch. They do have level 20, which was the objective. I was going to say now you do have infinite Riptire. At least as long as you can hit people with it, but that is not going to help you. Rodson goes ahead and removes them, says, give the Protector more time on the core. The core is down. Shields are no longer alive. It is down to less than 50%, but the Protector is gone. There is the explosion coming. The Diva catches a lot of people. There is the blast into Morven. We're down to 14%. Can Arcane do it? Arcane can. Arcane goes ahead and finish that off, along with help from Sonya and Morven. And also this lovely, lovely, lovely turret up here. Game number 1 does go to Macro Machine. Well, that is impressive. I thought Goldfish usually lived like a weekend. Also, Windup is clearly lying. She can't be older. She can't be 20 already. Alright, so looking at the stats at the end of the game, we do always start with healers, and good Lord Altheon with the healing? Jeebus, hallelujah, Brother Day Saints of Georgia past? Wow. 90,000 healing over the course of the game compared to Lili's 37,000. Wow. In terms of damage, we do have Vala just showing up and doing the deeps. 54,000. Okay, here's what's something to notice. The number one, this Brightwing made the difference because the first, second, and third highest damage in the game were all on the side of Souls and Slowmo. But this 90,000 dang near erases both Junkrat and Vala combined. So this game would have absolutely gone the other way if the Brightwing had not been so on point with the healing. Fantastic job. Hey, Sparhawk, doing way better than yesterday. Oh my god. In terms of the double soak, we do have Morvan leading the way over... Actually, Diva. Diva's the offlaner. Dawntress just showing up and bringing it down. Wow. So with that, we'll go ahead and go over to talents. Here are the lovely talents. Also, why am I not on the screen? My vanity insists that I be in the corner. Hello! Looking at the talent build, we do go ahead and have Fatal... Wow, just all of the talent... I like this picture. I'm going to click this picture a lot. Diva does go for full mech. Rush down. Hit the nitrous. QP. Oh, interesting. Did not take the evasion when you get out of the mech. Wow. Okay, very weird Diva 1. But you know what? I can't complain. It did very well. And with that, I will see you for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to it. I know I am. I forgot what button to press. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it would help if I actually pressed the update button before I came to the screen. Boop! So, we are going into map number 2. It does look like after game 1, Souls and Slowmo has decided to keep the first pick priority, so Macro Machines does get map pick, and they're going to be taking us to Dragonshire. Very, very, very interesting pick. Dragonshire is one of the more chaotic maps in that there's a lot of different ways to approach it. Do you go for 1-3-1? Do you go for 1-4? Do you have a global in order to suddenly switch lanes abruptly, like a Falstad, in order to suddenly unbalance it and get easy kills? Like, there's a lot of different ways to approach things. I personally hate Falstad. I would ban him in every game if I could, because I'm an offlaner, and I don't like when Falstad just shows up and makes me cry. Alright. And we're just about to go. For some reason, they made me the lobby host. So I actually have to start the game. I don't know why they would do this. It's rude. Not really. It's not a big deal at all. Alright. We are into the draft. First pick and first ban will be the side of Souls and Slowmo. I always forget if I'm flipped or not, and so it causes me to... But you know what? That's okay. Not a problem at all. So the first ban coming out of the Souls will be the Kira. Do we get rid of the Kira? Do they be like, we have no interest in Kira? Kira sucks. She makes us super plus sad. This is not a bad thing, but it always amuses me when people don't know who they're Malfurion. That must be something out of their scouting, because Malfurion isn't, like, amazing. I mean, he's a good character, don't get me wrong. He's very, like, popular, but he was in the last game, and it's not like he's a Zagara level, oh my god, don't let this person in the game. So, when there's, like, it always kind of confuses me when people ban someone that wasn't in the comp that beat them. Zagzagoom coming out. Or more like not, or being taken out because she's banned. Alright. So, no Zag. I'm very, very curious what we're going to see. Will we see globals? That's always my big question coming into a map like this. Although, really, any map which the offlane has priority, the globals become very, very, very... And we do have the Falstad banned out there listening to me, but that means they didn't ban Kira? Are they going to first pick Kira? Do they have like a secret Kira god on their team? Because I would be afraid to leave Kira in this game, I'm just going to say. Like, when I played Macro Machines, I was afraid to leave Kira in the game. What? Oh well. So it's kind of the same bans coming out of Macro Machines, but whenever you win, you don't really need to change your ban strategy. Nope, no, I'm not rolling with a co-caster tonight. I do that about half my casts, although I have been lazy and haven't actually been saying it lately. Well, to be fair, I don't explicitly offer all that often. I just let people be like, hey, can I cast with you? And I always say yes, but I don't usually be like, hey, because here's the thing. For me to co-cast, I have to have some sort of like natural rapport with people, and every once in a while I'll get someone that just does not jive with me. So the people I know pretty well are always like, hey, can I cast with you? And I'm like, freaking absolutely. Or if it's someone I haven't cast with you, I usually am okay with it, but the people who don't have, like, it doesn't go well, don't ask, and it just kind of works out. Rotson coming in with the Varian. The variations on the Varian. And we do have Li Ming coming from Altheon. Or more correctly, the other way around. Which is interesting. Actually, Altheon played the Brightwing last time. Is going to Li Ming. Alright, we do have Lone Wolf going for the Gazlowe. I mean, Gazlowe's a good offlaner, but it's a bit weird to see it this early. And we do have Dauntress staying on that Junkrat. So no tank out of the side of Souls and Slowmo, possibly no tank. It depends on Varian's the offlaner, or if that's a taunt Varian. The nice thing about Varian is you don't actually always know. Well, Sparhawk, have a game at 11. So if you want one, tell me now. Tell me now. And Weedy. It does look like they're going for some sort of blow-up combo. They don't want anyone to be able to pull it out. That's 11 EST. I probably should say. I don't know what time zone you're in. I do kind of miss your cast. I know you can't cast it anywhere. Wow, the Overwatch overload coming in with both Tracer and Diva. All right. I will hit you up before then. Also, why am I being pinged? Ektar, don't ping me during a... Yep, absolutely. In like an hour and a half. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Tracer was... Tracer is being picked by Frieza. And then Morvan is going from Sonya over to Diva. Diva is a nice counter to Gasso. I like that a lot. We do also have Toxic Core going on the JoJo. Going on a Bizarre Adventure. It helps if I spell Joe correctly. And then Nemesis is going on Zeratul, which is a very appropriate name for them. And interesting, going for a Tyrande healer? Tyrande going from Kira over... Or Arcane going from... Kira to Tyrande? I do say Tyrande, by the way, because it's correct. It is not Tyrande. I keep hearing people say Tyrande, and I'm like, that is wrong. Play Warcraft 3, her name is Tyrande. They say it a lot. Oh my god. Well, good. I'll be glad to see you back. But we are going into the game right now, so you will all have to say goodbye to my beautiful face. But you'll still hear me, because you can't shut me up. Wow, the lack of portrait synergy coming out of macro machines. Terrible. I expect so much better. So, coming out of the blue gate, we do go ahead and have the Masters of... I can't say Mayhem, I said Mayhem last time. Masters of the Merciless, there we go. Hey, go me. Vocabulary. We do go ahead and have Rutson playing the Varian, Morvan on the Diva, Frizzank is playing that Tracer, Arcane 13th is on the Tyrande, and Altheon is going ahead and playing the Li Ming. On the other side of the battlefield, if my mouse will start moving, we do go ahead and have Souls in Slowmo, the Imperators of Industriousness. We could have Lone Wolf on the Gazlo, Toxic Core playing the Johanna, Nemesis on the Zeratul. We do go ahead and have Dauntress playing the Junkrat. And who did I not say? Mimius is on the Brightwing. There we go. Go me. Yeah, I actually am probably having surgery in October, so my heart goes out to you. I'm hoping October. I'm really hoping October. My doctor is being very... I don't know why everything takes like 17 years when you get medical stuff done. But we do have people going back and forth. We do have Gazlo fight. So it is actually offlane Rotson. They do have... I don't know who their main leader is. I'm like... I don't think Diva's the tank. Morvain should probably get themselves up to top lane, but is not interested, does not care to, because Brodson's a big minion right now. He really shouldn't be fighting into Gazlo. Honestly, he shouldn't be fighting into anyone until level 4. It's just like Gazlo is going to start the double soak game. Although, granted, Gazlo has a difficult time actually double soaking. Especially when the other team shows up. And here's the thing, Gazlo's going to have a much harder time. I just don't understand why Rotson is being the offlaner. It's very, very, very curious. To go and have swords and bows going against boulders. Apparently swords and bows are better, but Nemesis sees this, scouts this out, does not do anything about it though. Does realize that's a 2v1, and D.Va taking a lot of damage, is blind, but does have the bomb ready to go. It does look like we actually... Oh, no one's able to turn that in right now, but we do have Gazlo just hanging out. Rotson's like, I'm still... Actually, you're not a big minion. You do have taunt now. Even less reason for you to be the, solo laner. Meanwhile, there's a big fight going up here, but D.Va has moved up to the top. Is this going to be in time? It is. We need to go ahead and recapture the top point. Meanwhile, down here, Toxic Core is getting a little bit of damage. Tracer's just running around being like, ha ha ha, you can't stop me, because I'm invincible. And actually, that's Zeratul. Tracer would not say that. I don't know why she would say that. There is the taunt coming in. We do have to switch around. But great move by Dauntress in order to knock them back. Prevent all that yucky follow-up damage from the Li Ming. Because taunt into Li Ming is a devastating combo. It's like, hey, guess who can't move, and gets a full combo from Li Ming. Another taunt comes out. Not a full combo though, a little bit low on the trigger pull. Low? How about slow? We'll try that. It's always good when I can use the correct words. Toxic Core getting pushed a little bit. There is the taunt. There is the gravel bomb, but Iron Skin comes out. We do go and have to teleport in from the Brightwing in order to save that. Frostdeck gets a little bit of damage. Toxic Core is very, very, very deep. It's being focused. Does not have Iron Skin at this point. Will they be able to get out? The answer is yes. They do get out with 300 health. And Dauntress does go ahead and take out Overwatch versus Overwatch action as the Australian kills the Brit. Says, this is for putting us on the damn island? I do love the little, like, kissy sound every time, Tirana hits with her owl. Alright, meanwhile up top, we do have D.Va picking this up. So theoretically, we do have a blue Dragon Knight available, although they actually have to get it, and that will be easier said than done. However, boom, there is the auto combo. Taunt into, whatever that thing is called, the falling arrow thing. I am so good with names. I think that's actually referred to as the training wheels comp. Not to say that, you know, it shows a lack of skill. It's just very, very easy and very, very effective to pull off. Oh, I can fix that. All right. Is it Lunar Arrow? That doesn't sound right. 1 second. Lunar Flare? It's actually funny. I thought Lunar Flare, but then I was like, wait, is that her, that may be a talent? I don't want to say that out loud, and then it surely was. Would you go ahead and have Tracer once again picking this up? I'm surprised they're not being a little bit more aggressive, because this is one of the maps where invading the enemy camp is so incredibly powerful. Meanwhile, there are giants, like, breaking in their front wall. And we do potentially have a Brightwing is trying to become a dragon right now, and will be successful. Dragon Knight, baby dragon into big dragon. Brightwing's all grown up, you guys. Alright, with everything else, we do go ahead and have the dragon pushing in bottom. Bottom is oftentimes considered the kill lane, because you have 3 mercenary camps that go down bottom, compared to only 2 up top, and top also has to deal with the wall of death. Level 10 is unlocked for both teams, so we did see Disintegrate coming in just now. They do not have a healer on the side of Souls and Slowmo, so they have to be a little bit more careful because there is no getting back from this. But they do want to try and get this down. There is the Fire Breath, and we do go and have a kill on the first keep of the game. How about Fort? We'll call it a Fort because that's its name. There is the taunt coming out, stopping Toxic Core for a while, but not actually getting the kill. Rosin runs forward right as the heal comes in. There is Morvan moving back and forth. And by moving back and forth, I mean standing perfectly still, apparently. Meanwhile, there is the lower camp being picked up on the side of Macro Machines. They're going to try and get this and use it in order to try and create some counter pressure, although this should absolutely not get the fort. There'll be some pressure along the top wall. The D.Va is still trying to take this out and does finally do so. They didn't really... Okay, there is the taunt into the stun, but Dauntress does go ahead and get down the little boop and say, hey, everyone get away. Dauntress is actually really, really good with popping people away whenever they try and go for that combo. Because it does kind of... It fouls everything up. Oh, and there actually was the... Blessed Shield that actually caught 3 people. There is a kill going onto Tyrande, and once again Souls and Slowmo are piling forward. D.Va trying to push this back. It is Mercenary Camp on Mercenary Camp action going on. Yasuo trying to help out. Looks like Rotson's in the area, but only Rotson. I feel like that was a bit of a miscommunication because Morvan was not really there and ready for Rotson to move in, even though Rotson was in that bush right there. I love the kissy noise so much. I know, I apologize. I'm going to stop talking about it eventually. Probably not. Alright, that is a dead Gazlowe. In case you were wondering what a dead Gazlowe looks like, it looks like that.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Nemesis does go ahead and secure that, and they are finally going for the invade. They see the entire enemy team up top, and they say, we can take this. Although, the problem is, this will not get the value that I was talking about, because they're going to go here, and then they will not start killing that fort, because that fort's kinda already dead. But there is going to be 4 giants pushing in the bottom, and they are moving up in order to interfere. There is the Rotson. Rotson goes ahead and gets knocked back. Polymorph comes down. There is the... Hey, actually, nope, never mind, he does not. But Zeratul is going to die for his, I think that's what they call being hoisted on your own petard. Went in, got the kill, showed off, and then it was like, I'm in a bad spot! Would you go ahead and have the bottom wall being taken out in its entirety? There are still all 4 of the giants, but being abandoned by Souls and Slowmo, they will be made quick work of, and will not get a single boulder into the enemy keep. So Johanna is going to try and become a Dargon right now, but it does look like D.Va is in the area. Will not be able to stop it though, did not have a charge ready. And is actually going north? Wants to open up the Bridge of Death for future throws, I guess? Guys, I don't know if you know this, you don't actually get experience for custom games, so killing all the buildings on the map does not actually help you level your heroes faster. Oh, that was a nice recall coming from Frizzonk. I barely saw it at the corner of the screen, but yeah, like right as the Rip Tower went off, they recalled, so they didn't actually take damage from it. That was amazing. Alright, are they going to go ahead and try for this? It does look like some of them, a bit of miscommunication, a lack of coherency. Alright, does look like the lower Bruiser camp is going to be picked up on the side of Souls and Slowmo. So they'll be going ahead and picking that up. Meanwhile, the opposing camp in the mid lane is going to be picked up on the side of Macro Machines. Create pressure, and it looks like we're just going to make it a 3 for all the Bruiser camps on the map being picked up at the same time. Gaslow can solo this relatively easily because they actually took rocket boots. They did not take the one that gives them extra scrap. But it looks like it will not end up being a problem. Well, it will if he doesn't like... I'm like, hit it? So it looks like we will go ahead. The bottom one got cleaned up by the blue team. Top one is getting cleaned up by the red team. But of course, the thing is, there is still a camp being pushed right here. But do they commit to the Bridge of Death? My answer is going to be, I hope not. Well, it looks like we've got a pinning engagement happening here. Both teams shirking around, looking for each other. There is about a 1-level lead coming out of the side of Souls and Slowmo. There's also Arcane is having a little bit of a problem being alive right now. They were moving around but it's tough because when you're low on experience, you want to spread out, you want to get that experience. But then that happens. And Taronda is not well known for her escapes. Alright, we are going to go ahead and have Souls and Slowmo just move in and say, you know what? This keep offends me. I'd rather it not be on the map. Mimius, it just really, really, really does not like this well. And they'll go ahead and scooty boot right back out. Now, Zeratul is getting a little bit far away from the team. I'll have to see if anything happens from that. Rotten is moving around, but of course Rotten will have to hit him with a Lion's Maw in order to be able to actually taunt. And again, Taronda is just now respawning. We do have a little bit of catapult pressure coming to the bottom, but not enough to be super critical just yet. So right now it is a 5 versus 4. There is a Diva mech exploding. They're trying to keep people in it, and they will catch a little bit of Johanna. Taunt comes down to Johanna, and we are going to go ahead and have the Crusader is... Crusaded? That doesn't actually make sense. I don't think I can actually say that. But this is going to be the turnaround that Macro Machines could possibly use. They do have 50 seconds where there is no tank on the opposing team. Tracer is down below converting that shrine, and we're about to have Li Ming get a massive No? Maybe? Someone? Oh, Nimbus is trying to be a hero right now? Does at least survive? The Ancient Evil survives, but the Dragon Knight is obtained on the side of Macro Machines, and they are pushing in. What are they going to do? They still have another 20 seconds before the tank is back on the side of Souls and Slowmo. So as everyone moves through, the Dragon Knight is going ahead and just laying siege to this middle fort. Nemesis goes in once again. Oh, that's tragic. You did go in and have the taunt coming out from the Varian, but it does not stack well with the punt from the Dragon Knight. There is a Riptire, but oh, tragically that Riptire came out about like 10 seconds before level 20, so it does not reset. And it's going to be down the full 60 seconds. Meanwhile, the core has actually taken real damage. Those 3 catapults did do. They will be cleaned up by the minions, but the core does fall to 78% before the minions are cleaned up. Meanwhile, there's still a fight going on. Nemesis taking a lot of damage, is being focused, but does not go down. Tracer, on the other hand, does absolutely go down. So Tracer's going to be down for a full minute. And they just keep piling aggression down onto this bottom lane. Because the middle fort is up, there are no catapults ever opposing them. Well, yeah, we know. There is the taunt coming out onto Mimius, but no real ability for follow-up just yet. Here come the Giants. Morvan is trying to move back and get them. There's the Gravel Bump. Gravel Bump goes ahead and catches Morvan. Bunny Hop comes out, is trying to keep people in place. Does catch Mimius. Mimius is down to about 100 and does get taken out by the Diva. Apparently, I actually thought that was the Gazlo that took it out, but whatever. There is another Riptar. Does catch 2 people, so very, very short cooldown. And Rotten is moving in. This is where a single team fight can change things. It is still 4v4, but Tracer is respawning right now, so that needs to be careful if you are Souls in Slowmo. They cannot be in an area where all 5 can collapse on them. But Zeratul becomes a hero again and actually takes Li Ming out of the fight. Nice, 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 nice combo attack. Granted, Junkrat will not have his ult for 40 seconds, but their opponents will not have their tank for a minute, so definitely a worthy trade.
Blue team's core is taking damage. Avenge my husband. Earn his power and destroy your enemies.
Alright, the lower shrine is taken. We do have Gazlo. I didn't even notice they picked this up, but Gazlo's going to clean that up. Meanwhile, it does look like Dauntress is northern bound on I-45, looking to go ahead and convert this. Boop, boop. They're going to try and delay as long as they can. There goes ahead and goes the explosion. Morvan is back. Arcane is in trouble. Does not have a lot of escapes, and there is a Zeratul on her butt. I think the term for that is swiggity swooey. Dragon Knight is going straight for bottom lane. They do have no healer for the next minute. Also, D.Va is demech'd for a good bit. About halfway back to it now. Alright, Morvain goes, and D.Va does go ahead and dive, and get to her mech again. This is possibly game. We should have Souls in Slowmo. I shouldn't say should, but we may have them winning at this point. Toxic takes a lot of damage. There is a laser beam coming out. Teleport comes in order to save that. And the Dragon Knight just keeps going ahead and being like, I don't care about your rocks. Your rocks are stupid. You know, it's not stupid, this axe, and this axe is going to meet you. Go ahead and get back to your core. I don't care about your core. I care about this Nexus. And game number 2 does go the side of Souls in Slowmo. I love it. Yes, Melby, that was the joke. Good job. Oh, and I forgot to predict. Go me. But with that being done, we do go ahead and have, in terms of healing, because I always start with the healers, Mimias once again just like putting out amazingness in terms of the healing. We do have 103 healing over the course of the game. Taronda actually coming out very, very respectable numbers with 83,000. In terms of that ever-important damage, we do have Dauntress leading the way with 62,000. Altheon coming in with 57,000. And then that Gazlo, the Gaz Lord, coming out with 48,000. Lastly, D.Va does win the soaking game, coming in with 19,000. Lone Wolf coming in with 17,000. So with that, we do indeed have a game 3 hot and on the way. Look forward to it. I will go ahead and go over to the talents. And once again, why am I not on the screen? I am so bad at actually remembering like what I'm supposed to do. And it's not even a supposed to do thing, like I don't have to. It's not, I don't get in trouble if I don't do it, but and I want you to look at me. But here we do have the talents. If you like them, if you hate them, if you want to copy them, if you want to burn them, do whatever you do, but don't come to my house and burn them. I'm having enough computer problems. See you in game number 3, guys. Look forward to it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 3 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So, this game was actually this map was selected by Souls and Slowmo because Macro Machines did go ahead and take first pick after what happened last time. They're like, we're tired of wasting a ban on Zagara. We want to make you waste a ban on Zagara, and maybe they'll go back to their the roles they had in game number 1. Because I understand why they switched. They also switched between game 1 and game 2. Doctor just called me Deathwing Raka. I don't know where that came from. Pretty sure I'm not Deathwing. I mean, I might be. Yeah, we should be going in just a... True Spider Queen is an interesting game. Sorry, they're talking to me in chat. I'm like, I'm trying to be entertaining here. What are you doing? Looking at it in terms of the game, this is the smallest map in the map pool, and the one most susceptible to ganks is the one which is the most fluid, with everyone kind of moving back and forth. So, a lot of action. It does look like they're looking to be able to go ahead and push in and do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Do I destroy memes, actually? I mean, I don't get a lot of memes. I guess that's how you destroy them. I want to do a Deathwing voice, but I really don't want to scare everyone, so I don't want to do a Deathwing voice. Because that is one thing, if you're ever around for one of my non-casting casts, or whenever I play a game instead of casting it, I definitely do kind of like go all out and just use my entire vocal range to do stuff. And not even sorry, but I do realize a lot of people are here that don't really know me and don't want to like mess with people with that. So I'm trying not to scare you. So it looks like Sis is ready. Mama, please ready up. We've got a game we want to play. Not tomorrow, it's today. Mama. Okay, I actually can't make up the lyrics and sing at the same time. I'm not capable of doing that. Also, I probably need to octave that up some. Mama is ready to go. Sparhawk, I feel like I scared you enough already. Hello, guys. We are here for game number 3. We do, for the first time this series, have first ban going over to the side of Macro Machines. So we're going to have to see a slightly different strategy. I imagine they won't be banning Zagara, Zagzagoom. Well, shut my mouth and call me Dorothy? That actually, I feel like that may be a misplay, because even if you don't have a Zagara player on your team, at least save it for second ban, because see if your opponents will ban it for you. The fact that you have first pick means you can threaten with it. Brightwing does get bonned out. More like Bandwing, am I right? Did you go and get rid of the Junkrat? They say, Dauntress, play something else? We dare you, you won't? Actually, he totally will, because he literally can't play Junkrat. That actually reminds me, Sparhawk, one night we were playing Hots and getting drunk, and I got drunk enough to actually do an Illidan impression. That's a trip. I literally forgot that I'd said that, and I'm like, well, who's Dorothy? And then my brain was like, wait, I feel like I already said something about Dorothy. Oh, that's right. Every once in a while, I have a big problem when it comes to, like, short-term memory. Basically, I'm like Sammy Jinkus. So Rotten is going back to the starches of game 1, which I've got to say, like, nothing against Rotten, but I'm not sure that's the play. Like, he had a lot of problems landing hooks until late game, although maybe he just had to get warmed up, that's possible. We do go in of Anduin being played by Mimius. Great. When you see the stitches, Anduin's, like, being able to pull people out of danger is a great move. And then Toxic Core does go back to Blaze. Said, I could not secure kills nearly enough. I need to be able to charge into people and thump them on the head. And thump them on the head. Thump them on the head.
There is always hope.
Interesting. Ariel. Okay, Ariel Vala, going back to that combo. A bit surprised to see Vala make it that long before she gets picked up. This also hopefully means that Arcane 13th can go back to being a hard carry. A terrifying. So with that being done, we do go out of Leoric being banned out, which is interesting. Just then we have Sonya coming in. Because I do consider Leoric a great pick into Sonya. Try not to yawn in your face, because I am polite. Don't laugh. They do get rid of the Zeratul, which is interesting. Like, Zeratul was very critical last time. I guess, okay, yeah, of the players that were played, I do see Zeratul as being the... Like, I would almost want to target out Dauntress a bit. Like, if you look at his hero pool, you've already taken out the Junkrat, like, continue just leading on him. But we'll just have to see. Lone Wolf does go wave clear, and then Dauntress goes for the Tychus, which is effective into stitches. Alright, Dauntress on that Tyche. So who are we going to see? We still lead your offlaner and your second damage. Instead, you're going to go for double offlane. Okay. I've got to say, Arcane on the Gazlo, I'm interested to see, but Morvan, like, no flame, but do you play other heroes? Though at the same time, you play Diva well, I can't really complain. Interesting, and Nemesis on the Asmodean? I mean, to be fair, this is one of the best maps for Asmo to finish his quest, and he can actually kind of soak from the mid lane. He can just keep launching orbs and just taking out the other lanes. But we have seen what we are going to see. We have everything on board. Looking at the teams real quick. It all comes down to rats. If rats can get hooks, then we're just going to have people getting smushinated. If not, then I do feel like the damage output coming out of Souls and Slowmo are going to be what they need. We'll find out what happens in just a second. Alright, and coming into the game, we do have the blue team winners of game number 1. Not quite able to win the last one, trying to reverse that particular trend. They are represented by Ratson playing the Stitches, and Morvan once again on that Diva. Frizank is on the Vala, the little damage factory in the backline. Arcane 13th is coming out on Gazlo, the Gaz Lord. And then Altheon is on the Ariel, the Angel of Hope. On the other side of the battlefield, we do have Dauntress coming out on a bad man, Mr. Tychus. Lone Wolf is going to be playing Ragnaros. Toxic Core on that Blaze. Mimius is on the... Anduin, that's his name. And then we do have Asmodean being played by the 5th member of the team, Nemesis. Zoop. Alright, we do go ahead and have, not surprisingly, Gluttony and Annihilation together. Standard Asmo build. We do go ahead and have the... Oh, interesting. We actually have Fire at Will being come out.
Shatter the metal spiders. Bring the gems of power to my altar.
Altars are out. Lone Wolf coming through, going in, and we should have a better clear coming out of the Ragnaros, but I do think that... No, actually, Ragnaros also has ridiculous amounts of damage. I think Diva will have trouble with this until she gets micro missiles. You know, in the middle, would you go ahead and have Toxic Core having to step back as a lot of damage comes in? Stitches goes ahead and says, I want this minion right now. It's interesting that the, you can almost use the trait from Asmodan in order to make extra bodies to get into the way of Stitches' hooks, which is what we just saw. You can kind of use turrets in the same way, although obviously Stitches and Gaslo are on the same team, so that's not something we're going to see. We do go and have in the side lane, we have Althea and Frizzon. Already up to 11 hits on Fire at Will. Which is kind of mean. I mean, I don't know why you hate Will, but quit picking on him. Well, it does look like Frizzon and Vala are going to move down in order to keep pressure down here. That reminds me of a meme I posted in Jinxie's chat, the Daka meme. It made me super happy. I can't post it here, though. Alright, Morvan did go ahead and get demech'd. I don't think she blew her mech, especially not with that much. So that does mean half a kill going over to the side of Souls and Slowmo. That's okay, up to 13 in terms of the multi-shot. And Micro Missiles is my preferred pick on Diva, to be sure. Lone Wolf has a little bit of problems. It does look like the rest of the team is like, okay, we'll come help you. Remember, if you ever see a Lone Wolf, it's either a survivor or a brute. Like a lone wolf alone in the dark, with eyes that watch the world. Okay, that was way not the way I should have sang that. I keep wanting to sing, and I keep being bad at it. My lower register does not sound good yet, but oh well, I'm going to stop focusing on me. Mimi's trying to turn in, but there is an Arcane nearby. Arcane the 1/3. Diva Mech is ready to blow. Gonna go ahead and turn in these 16 gems, and it looks like Ragnaros is gonna let her. Both teams are ready for turn-in, if they actually get them all turned in. It does look like Ratson has to get that in. Mimi's getting a little bit low. Just go ahead and catch a couple of those hits. Alright, looking at this Gaslo build, we do go to have the 2% and the overload. Still Rocket Boots though. Everyone goes Rocket Boots except me. Oh, Vala's gonna be... Great move by the Anduin to actually root her there. She almost got killed by towers because she's like, I can't move! Alright, did you go in and catch themselves an Asmodan? Vala is done with her quest, but keep in mind that this just keeps stacking. So, I actually didn't realize that when I first read it. I thought it stopped at 20, but already up to 22 stacks, so it just kind of goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Alright, we do have blue spiders coming out on the side of the blue team, not surprisingly. The spiders come out with little paintbrushes and paint themselves red as they come down. Haha, psych! It does look like a lot of attention being paid to top lane right now. Rotson goes ahead and moves a little bit too far forward. Does take a quartet of shots. They went ahead and got some blasty blasts out. Dauntress goes ahead and moves through. So they do go ahead and clear out all of the spiders. Spiders do all fall down. They fall down on their little spider butts. We do have this fort down to about 9,000 health. Middle wall is still standing, although bruised. Bottom wall is down, but the fort is still very, very healthy. It does look like we've got a answering spider wave coming through. It does not look like there's any attempt to actually stop this from happening. Level 10 is picked up for both sides. We do go ahead and have Gorge, Rain of Vengeance, Bunny Hop, Resurrect, and Gravel Bomb. On the other side, we do go ahead and have Commandeer Odin, Combustion, Tide of Sin, Light Bomb, and Blistering Attacks. I was going to say, what? No, that's not a lava wave. There we go. And with that being taken care of, everyone is kind of moving through. It looks like, surprisingly, they're actually focusing on bottom lane instead of top, possibly wanting to be where their opponents are. There's a big old Diva Explosion. Boop. I bet that's the first nuke you've ever heard that goes boop. And it does look like this one is going to succeed in taking down a fort. There is a Ratson stunned to the backline. There is Bunny Hop landing, but there's also Combustion. Lots of damage going through. We have a kill onto Diva Mech. We have a kill onto Stitches. We have a kill on Baby Diva. Baby Diva is baby dead right now. Ariel goes down. Just a lot. That Combustion was amazing. Ratson is still alive. Ratson will not give up. Oh, never mind. Ratson dies. That's a great way to force someone to give up, is kill them. I always forget that, like, these are on the map. I'm like, why are these? Why are they so, like, glowy and cool?
Metal spiders, destroy them. Deliver the gems of power to me. Well done, red team.
So looks like we have a second turning coming from Souls in Slowmo. And that's going to be critical, this lava wave, in order to kind of just before the spiders, automatic clear. Are we going to get another wave? Not quite. Oh, almost? This one spider, this heroic spider is like, I live! I survived! Alright, with that, they move through. It's surprising they actually back off this. They don't want to fight. I mean, I would almost just go ahead. I mean, it's a tough call. They can come down here and almost guaranteed get a fort. But up there, they could, like, at this point, I should have said almost guaranteed to get a fort. That is not what's happening. Dauntress goes ahead and gets hit by Rotson, but just go ahead and just kind of do a little Tychus shuffle. The Tychus shuffle. So we do have the mid fort that I said was guaranteed, being very much not guaranteed. My bad. Nice try from Rotten. I do think Rotten should try for more hooks out of the bushes. Very, very often they know where he is. So like over the wall hooks, if possible. Alright, we are ready for a turn-in on the side of Macro Machines. But they have lost both their top and bottom forts, so catapult pressure is mounting against them. And unfortunately, they are actually all 5 in the middle lane. Granted, their opponents are as well, but their opponents don't need... Like, that's the thing. Their opponents can't actually get... They can get experience in the other lanes, but they can't get structure damage. Oh, we do have a Gorge going onto the Tychus. Tychus goes ahead and is in the middle. Slight bit of anti-synergy. The Gorge actually protecting the Tychus from the Bunny Hop, but it does not end up mattering. The Tychus does fall. Down for 30 seconds. And if you can't tell, I'm not on a break from HOTS. I'm here forever. You have a pie for life, or at least for season 12. But I do also play other games. I actually just recently beat Day of the Tentacle, which was super fun. This is where you act surprised that I play a game about tentacles. Alright, it does look like... Oh, Altheon, I am sorry that you went the wrong way, my friend. The blue web weavers are out. Top web weaver is being not ignored. Very much not ignored. Looks like they are going down in order to protect their blue buddy. I do feel like both of these teams are a little bit too... They play the web weaver phase like a Sky Temple and just avoid the other team and get what damage they can absolutely be guaranteed to get. But I feel like the web weavers, like you see, the other team shows up, they're just like, okay, bye. And like, I get you're down a talent tier, but I'm just too much of a fighter. Like that's my thing. I always want to make the low percent play. Speaking of low percent, oh my God, you survive, Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf continues to be by himself, but Lone Wolf continues to also be alive. Lone Wolf, no. Not 100% sure what you thought would happen, my friend. Oh, great Grabo catches a lot of people in it. This could be the turnaround. Red Rose is still in, but Mimius has a lot of damage on them. There is a stun happening. The Devo Mech goes out, but Asmodee also goes out. There is the pull out for Toxic Core. That could have been so much worse than it was. Well, here comes the catapults along top lane. They've just about got this tower down. And with that, the tower does go down, which means that future pressure will be even better because it'll only be going up against one tower instead of 2. That's how math works. And Lone Wolf is once again... Okay, I'm not... Lone Wolf, you defied death. You turned into Houdini last time, but it's not going to work this time. Someone just punched you in the stomach. I'm sorry if that was a tasteless reference. Alright, 123 until that gets taken care of. It does look like bottom camp is going to be picked up by Prazank and Rotzen. Well, meanwhile, the Gazlo is moving over to take this one. Full turn-in happening on the side of Souls and Slowmo. I love the pull wars, like, Russell's like, get over here, and Anduin's like, nope, staying with me? Never leave me? Anduin definitely feels like the kind of person that would be like that, like, no? Please don't leave me? Alright, it looks like surprisingly the majority of the red team has come over here to protect this web weaver, and even though this one's the one that's actually in a position to get a lot of value. I would have come up here and fought with this one. That one's going to be dead by the time it even gets to keep wall. Alright, they are in the bushes. I don't know if anyone... Well, Rotson knows about it now. We are knocking on the door at level 20. And by we, I mean Souls in Slowmo. There's the question. Like, there is one merchant camp, but do they actually walk away with the enemy team right next to boss? Andrew would never rickroll me, Melby. I don't know what you're talking about. They're thinking about it. Both teams are thinking about it. Toxic Horde checks. Nope, they're not on boss. Asmodan finishes up his quest at level 20. Alright, there is the Bunny Hop. Bunny Hop is aborted. There's a lot of damage onto D.Va. Well, no, D.Va does get back in the mech, but Frzok does not have a mech to get into, and Frzok is going to be taken out. We do have his counter kill onto Asmodan as things go through. Dauntress in the backline with that Tychus, laying down a lot of explosions. Level 20s are online for Souls in Slowmo, so they should have an advantage in this fight. There is a light bomb, but unfortunately a slight miscommunication was no one was near the light bomb when it was used. Tychus did go for big red button. I actually like the one that does extra damage with the auto attacks because I'm insane. I just like to watch their health melt. So despite that being a 20 versus 19 fight, it did end up being advantageous for the side of Macro Machines. And they will take this advantage even though they've only killed Asmodan. So this might end up still, they might be able to come in. It does look like they're thinking about it. They're moving up. Gaslow does have Grabo back. Nope, it looks like they decided not to go in on it. They say, we can survive a boss, we can't survive a wipe, so let's go ahead and just clear and move forward. But it does look like Blue will be able to go get a Web Weaver face as well. Nimbus is up here defending. Ragnaros is on the bottom lane. Here goes ahead and comes the lava wave. Big red button comes out, does a lot of damage to the defenders or the offenders. Another great grapple comes out, and that was a grapple that hit like 4 people, so it's going to be back online in like 20 seconds. Very, 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 very critical. Dauntress goes ahead and gets pulled away. There's the Bunny Hop, but Bunny Hop, no one is nearby. Morvan is going to go ahead and get hit by that. Does land. Triggers the explosion. There's another lot of damage, but once again, D.Va's going to be able to get back into her mech. And we do have Blaze going down. This might actually be the beginning of the end, because they are now fighting 5 versus 4. Right, knocking out the keeps. Middle Web Weaver is still up, but it is forgotten. We do go and have Macro Machines. They smell blood in the water. We have got to take advantage while we can. There's another great 3-person grabbo. Alright, that looks like that will push Souls back. They are still 20 seconds away. Can you imagine 20 minutes? Oh my god. 20 seconds away from having Blaze back in the game. One of the Giants did get taken out, but they are still slowly pushing forward. It does look like the blue team will be down there in order to clear that up. I love the train. This is an incredibly close game. I may have to abbreviate the winner's interview because I actually have another match in 20 minutes. Alright, slightly missed on that hook from Rotson. It is funny that this one fort is where the fight is over. Like, there's a keep down in top lane. There's, like, everything's pushed up to keeps. But no, this fort is what we're fighting over. And I certainly don't blame them for defending. But it is funny that this is where the macro machines are choosing to attack. That is going to trigger a retreat coming out of macro machines. Because there is that spell damage shield coming out along with the red team. Ironically enough, the middle lane is the strongest push lane they have now because their forts have been destroyed in both other lanes, and actually their top lane is being pushed against them because they've lost the keep. They being Souls and Slowmo. Bye-bye, Moonwell. Oh, it does look like we got Ragnaros getting consumed by Ratson, going far back to the other end. But this does actually pull both Morven and Ratson and Frazan, which means that there's a... Nope, never mind. I thought there would be a big push coming in here, but Ragnaros does go down. I think you pull that many heroes away without like a big answer from Souls, but they don't actually go in for it. Toxic gets those 2 spider butts turned in. Good job. 45 seconds left on boss. All mercenary camps on the map have been picked up at this point. Alright, they don't quite have enough for turn-in just yet, but it's very close. Yeah, like 5 away. It took me a second to get that math done, but it got done. Boss is back up. The boss will be a win condition, because if you get it, you can just walk straight onto your opponent's core if you are macro machines. But really, the fight over the boss, if there's any definitive winner, the other team will just go and win. Or definitive loser. Here come the spiders. Here come the spiders. Alright, all of the force of the game have perished. There is a great lava wave. They don't really have time to move out of it. And when they do... Oh, Lone Wolf goes ahead and gets hit. Does get pulled back by Anduin. There is a great gravel bomb, but it actually only hits Blaze. Morvan looks very low, and D.Va does get taken out of the fight. D.Va does get resurrected. Interesting, it's resurrected in the mech mode. I was not sure that would happen, but I guess actually she used her ult. She didn't get knocked out of the mech. So they're just giving up the bottom keep. They go in and get rid of the middle one. This is such a close game. Like right now it seems like Macro has the advantage, but they're afraid to move in. There is a... No, they don't actually get the consume. Alright, Lone Wolf does get pulled out with very harsh aggression. Dauntress goes ahead and gets hit, but is the only one. That does mean that Gravel won't be on for a while. There is the second Leap of Faith coming from the level 20. Morven goes in. Full retreat coming out of the side of Souls and Slowmo. They do not want to give up any deaths here. But they also want to get their spiders. Are we going for boss? We're thinking about it. We're representing it. And there is no response coming from Souls in Slowmo just yet, although I think they suspect it. Here they come. Boss is down to 50% as they're showing up. They go ahead and scout out. They see that they're on the boss. Here is the fight. We do go ahead and have the Odin out. Dauntress is there. They are actually going to pick up the boss. Interesting, they pulled them into the fight, but they actually give up the boss as the fight goes in. Rossin is very, very low. There is the great Grabo, does catch one person, but we do have Stitches going down. Diva gets demech'd before the mech explosion can come out. Mimius in the back, but actually gets healed at the last second. Morvan is running away, does not have the mech, is trying to stay alive. Turns around right into a big old hammer coming from the Ragnaros. There is the resurrection coming from the Ariel, but still we end up having 3 people going down. No one down on the side of our red heroes. As opposed to the blue heroes, I'm not biased.
Well done, red team. My power is yours.
Here's everyone else pushing in. The boss is almost dead, but the top fort is gone on both sides, and they are moving on towards core. The top web weaver is going to come all the way. It's going to shamble right around across. It's going to salsa. There's another Grabo. Does hit 2 people. Reduced cooldown for sure. Very low health bars coming on the other side. Rados does go ahead and use Molten Core to move in. Rocking the 13th is going to go ahead and try and defend this best they can. Frizzak is still alive. Again, lots of low health bars. We do go ahead and have Toxic Core getting pulled, but it's not going to get pulled anywhere too relevant because the Web Weaver is here. There was no targeting happening by the core. Everyone is still up. Nemesis does go down. It looks like Toxic Core is not long for this world. Does also fall. Now we have a 2-for-0 kill in favor. Oh, the Dauntress does go ahead and get into the Odin, but can't get away. Odin is not able to mount up, not able to ride. Does get pulled out by the Anduin. Core is down to 41%, but I think they will hold. Oh my goodness. All right. They're moving in. They're moving into the one lane that they have to walk around. They only have 11 seconds till Asmo and Blaze come back. So they're trying to move in here. I'm not sure. Oh, Morvan takes so much damage, but does actually get the bomb off. But Vala goes down. Ronson goes down. It's just kill on kill on kill. This actually may be the fight that ends the game because Arcane the 13th does get a nice grabo. Got a lot of people in it, but he is left all alone. Tychus does go down. It's 1-for-1, but Vala also goes down again. I guess Vala must have been brought back by the Ariel, and Arcane goes back. It's only Ariel and Stitches. All of their damage is gone. Dax, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here, for sure. This is quite the game 3 going on. Oh my goodness. I think you're here just in time to see Souls in Slowmo because they're moving in. There are 3 people dead on the side of Macro Machines, and they do not care. They're moving straight in. They're saying, we want this game. We have fought hard for this game. We deserve this game. They're going in. The waves of death are coming out of the core. Rossin is doing what he can. Just hungry and Stitches going ahead and eating everyone. Get away from my core. I need that. That core is very important. Lone Wolf goes ahead and becomes a molten core, but the core does go down, and game number 2 is owned by Souls in Slow, or game number 3 is owned by Souls in Slowmo. Oh my goodness. Wow. So first let me try and get an interview very quickly. I do have another cast in like 13 minutes, but I will not deny them their chance to speak. So, 1 second. Sorry, this is where I'm a bad caster and don't talk to you guys for a second. Alright, let me go in and get into a lobby, and then let me find out who I'm casting. So I can let them know. So I'm casting medium miners versus small patates. Nexus Division. So I can let them know.
Hello!
Hello, hello. Fair warning, I'm going to have to keep this a little bit short because I have another cast in 12 minutes.
No worries.
So, first of all, congratulations. Oh my god, that game 3? I almost want to just talk about game 3.
So intense. That was like one of the most intense games I've seen in a long, like I've played in a long time. That was so touch and go on both sides. That could have gone either way the whole time.
Yes, there were a lot of pivotal moments there.
Especially with those gas bombs. Those were like definitely on point a lot of the time. Always at least 3 of us in it.
Yep, that was a big struggle for us. Myself. Wow.
Yeah, it's intense. I'm honestly like I'm happy that we won. It was such a huge moment for us.
No, absolutely. Okay, so I guess I should be professional about this. So let's go back to game number 1. Game number 1 was Volskaya, chosen by your opponents. Got one of the kind of. It seems like people are avoiding that map a little bit more. And that one definitely kind of went back and forth. My favorite part of the entire thing is when they got the protector and then didn't actually get. You just kind of like sat around it and just had a punch the protector party until it blew up.
Yeah, we actually also had a learning experience at that moment. That even if no hero is in the protector, Vala still gets Q stacks from there.
Oh, interesting. That is definitely something I did not know either.
Yeah, that was probably a first for us.
It was. I actually did not realize that they would still get the protector, even if all their heroes retreated off the point.
Yeah, we all kind of were like, "Oh no, we let them get it," and then we were like, "Wait, we can just burn it, so it doesn't get any value."
So that said, very, very, very close game. Although it kind of seemed like they had your number a little bit. It was probably the most one-sided game of the series. What did you guys change going into game number 2, being like, okay, this is not something that we want to do again?
Drafting was the biggest change that we had to resituate on. We felt like we gave them the advantage on the first map. And so we sat down and was like, all right, what do we need to ban to really gain the advantage? And I think that's what really turned it around for us.
Yeah.
Well, I will... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, and I would have to agree with that, plus just adding the point that, D-Shire is, I feel like, a really good map for us, so I think that was a bit of a help. So does that mean that your opponents helped you by picking a map that you were actually very comfortable with, whereas Volskaya is one that you were like, but isn't necessarily the absolute best one, or do you not want to answer that? I would say give it a hard maybe.
So, but yeah, we'll talk about Dragonshire. I will say that even chat was like, no, I'm pretty sure that Souls won that draft, and you did seem very, very, very on top of it. I was a bit surprised that you guys did not opt to ban out the Kira after the Volskaya game. Did you have a plan for Kira, or was it just sort of a woo when she didn't get drafted?
We planned for her a bit. But we just felt like we had a way to answer it. We knew we could. We made a plan for her instead of, and decided there were better ban targets.
Certainly makes sense. I do have to say, I feel like in game 2, you did it was a very, very, very good job of communication, being able to move back and forth between the various lanes, although both teams did that very well. The one big question I have is I feel like at one point you had a dragon and you had kind of pushed bottom and mid lane, and so you're just like, we're just going to go top because the Bridge of Death isn't scary. And that's not a play I usually see with the dragon.
Yeah, there was actually some miscommunication on there. So I made the call to go top just because, everybody was pushed bottom. We went top, and then we were like, wait, we should have gone bottom. It ended up working out a little bit, better than we had hoped for. But yeah, it was still a very interesting, risky play there.
Yeah, it's certainly not when I see it. I'm like, because it actually gave me flashbacks of Terror, because I've cast a game in the past where it was like, the game literally went to 37 minutes because I had a team that would not stop going across the Bridge of Death, and they just kept getting wiped even though they were winning everywhere else. I'm like, stop going that way!
Yep, that was the riskiest play of our game, is Bridge of Death.
Oh yeah, I think we've actually done that before, and we turned their Bridge of Death to our Bridge of Death and just killed a bunch of their team on the Death Bridge, and we were like, haha! Nice turnaround for that concept. But I was somewhere else.
And then, lastly, coming into the epic first of all, just what were comms like at the end of that game? Because it's like you wiped them after they got past your keep, went across the map, blew up their keep, and were on core. Lost 2 people, fell back, and then had another fight around your keep. I mean, it just seemed like a slingshot towards the end of it.
I'll let you answer that, Dontress.
Yeah, like, were you talking about, like, more, like, the very, very last push? Or the one where we retreated at, like, 50% core damage?
Yes?
So the one on 50% core damage, we decided we couldn't end, we would rather play it safe, and, just try to give ourselves the opening to end elsewhere. Though we lost 2, and then we noticed them pushing for trying to end because we were 2 down. And right away I noticed, kind of like, okay, we can punish for this. We still have 100% core, our guys are coming up in 20 seconds, and we were able to just really make a huge turn there. And because of that, with that wipe, that was kind of, I think, the game deciding moment would be that push point, and we were just basically yelling, let's punish this, we're gonna turn, we're gonna go, and once we were able to get a couple of kills, it was, go mid-lane core! Everybody was very yelling, and we were ecstatic. We were just so full of energy, and it was a huge moment for us.
It definitely feels like it. That was a incredibly tense game. I had no idea where it was going to go in the last bit. Mm-hmm. That is all of the questions I have for you, but let me go and turn it over to you for the shout-outs you so richly deserve to give.
I'll definitely thank you for casting very much, Raka. I have to start with that. It's always a wonder to have you. And then, I'd like to also shout out Verd, our coach, who's been helping us get massively better, and the improvement has shown. The rest of Souls and Slowmo, including Shadra and K4000, who couldn't be there tonight. But they were there cheering us on in the stream. And I think that's all I have for shoutouts. You got anything, Nemi?
Yeah, I definitely got a shout out to the team in general. Going from starting on the team as a sub to actually making big choices in the team, y'all have been awesome, and this has been a very interesting experience. And I'll piggyback on the caster shout out as well. Thank you very much, and I hope you cast for us more in the future.
I totally missed one. Also, shout out to the other team, giving us such a strong fight there. It was an amazing battle all through and through. That could have gone either way. And they just did wonderful and gave us an amazing first game of the season for a new team like us.
Oh, absolutely. It was a little bit... I said it before, I didn't really know which way the game was going to go, and it's only better from here. I will try and catch you in the future, but as you guys know, I'm everywhere, so...
Yes, it's been a pleasure.
But yeah, I will let you go because I have 3 minutes until my next cast. Oh my god.
Fun in your next cast, and thanks again for having us.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Oh, absolutely my pleasure. Alright, and I will go into the in-between screen. I will be back momentarily. The stream will go off for like 2 seconds just because I need to do that in order to be able to upload. But yeah, it's only going to be gone for a tiny little bit.